Good morning, Year 1. Happy Tuesday. Today we are doing geography and we have been learning all about the UK in geography. Last week you learned about compass points with Miss Banfield. So let's recap what you have learned with Miss Banfield last week. Here we have 4 questions for our do now. Let's read the questions. Question 1. What is a compass? Question 2. Can you name the 4 points of a compass? Question 3. Do you remember the rhyme? Question 4. Where is England located? And Scotland? Use the compass points for your answer. So you are now going to pause the video and on a piece of paper you are going to write the answers down for these 4 questions. Off you go. Did you answer the questions? Fantastic. Let's go through the answers. Question number 1. What is a compass? Can you tell me out loud, what is a compass? Well done. A compass is a tool used for showing directions. So when you use a map, often you will use a compass to help you find your way around the map. So remember last week when you made your treasure map, you used a compass to help the pirates find the treasure. Question number 2. Can you name the 4 points? Remember on our compass we have 4 points. Can you remember them all? Okay, tell me. We have north. We have, well done, we have north, east. Next one. South and west. All together, north, east, south, west. Fantastic. Number 3. Do you remember the rhyme? Remember that super fun music video that we watched? To remember the rhyme? Do you remember it? Can you tell me? Excellent. Never eat soggy waffles. All together, never eat soggy waffles. Fantastic. And question 4. Where is England located and Scotland? And we need to use the compass points for our answer. So England, where is England located? Is it the north, the south, east or west? Well done. England is the south of the UK. It is to the south, to the bottom, to the south. Fantastic. What about Scotland? If we know England is to the south, where would Scotland be? Fantastic. Scotland is to the north. It is at the top of the UK, so it's to the north. Well done. Today, we are going to be able to name and locate the surrounding seas of the United Kingdom using atlases and globes. Waldo has a question for us. Hey buddies, I need your help to find the United Kingdom. Any clues where to find it? Can we help him? Let's spin it then. So we're going to use a globe to help us. Now, if you don't have a globe at home, you can find one on the internet, and I will show you how I use a globe of the earth to find what I need on the internet. Let's have a look. So here I have a map of the world, so a globe. Now, I want to find the United Kingdom, which is very small as it is just an island. So looking at the world, I know here I have America, here I have Africa, here I have Europe. So I know UK is near Europe. So if I zoom in, I can see the United Kingdom and I can see Ireland here as well. So let's zoom in just a bit more. Okay, here I have the United Kingdom. we can see that we can find England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Ireland. And we can see lots of our capital cities. Here we have London, Cardiff, Edinburgh, and here we can see other cities such as Cambridge, Oxford, Bristol and Brighton. Now, something I have noticed is in the country of the United Kingdom, I can see it is green, but I can also see surrounding it, it is blue. I can see lots of blue surrounding the United Kingdom. All around I can see there is blue. Why do you think there is blue surrounding the United Kingdom? Can you tell me? You think it might be because it's the sea? How comes? Let's look over here. In Europe, we can see France, Germany, Hungary, Italy. In between these countries, there is no blue. There is no sea. I can't see any blue. How comes we don't have any blue between these countries, but we have blue all around the United Kingdom? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, so we know that the blue represents the sea and the oceans, and that not all countries are surrounded by the sea. We are very lucky that in the United Kingdom we're surrounded by sea because we are an island. However, countries such as Germany, Hungary and Romania don't have seas running through them and around them. So the UK is an island surrounded by seas. All the blue colour around it is the sea. Well done, we figured that one out ourselves. Now that we know the blue around the United Kingdom is sea, we need to find out more about the seas. Now we have 4 seas surrounding the United Kingdom and we have 1 ocean. So a sea and an ocean are 2 different things. An ocean is very big and a sea is often smaller. So that is the difference. So we're learning about the 4 seas and the 1 ocean. We have the English Channel, North Sea, Irish Sea, Celtic Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. So let's find out more about them all. First, we're going to learn all about the English Channel. When we say English Channel, English Channel. Now, looking at our map here, the English Channel is located to the south of England. So here we have the bottom of the UK, with the bottom of England, and it is the south part of England. And then here we can see another country here. Do you know what that country is? This is France. So it is in between France and England. Now, this part of the sea is called the English Channel. Why might it be called the English Channel? Let's have a think. It is called the English Channel because it is the southern part of England. And did you know it would take 21 miles to swim? Now, the first person to swim solo, so by themselves, across the English Channel was Captain Matthew Webb in less than 22 hours. But unfortunately, as he was swimming across the English Channel, which is 21 miles long, a very long distance, he got stung by a jellyfish. That must have hurt a lot. So he was the first person ever to swim across the English Channel. Now, lots of people, often every single year, like to train to swim across the English Channel because it's a very long distance that takes nearly a whole day to swim. At the channel's deepest point, there are weapons that were dumped from World War I and World War II that some scuba divers found. And it is the longest undersea tunnel in the world. So, you may recognise this because the undersea tunnel often has trains running through to France, and you may know that as the Eurostar. So the Eurostar goes from often London, starting at London, all the way to Paris. So if you want to go, for example, Disneyland, you may go on the Eurostar. Now, this train doesn't go overground on a train track that we're used to seeing. It is not an aeroplane. It is a train that goes underground. So many years ago, they built a tunnel going from England all the way to France underground, and so that trains can go underground the whole way. Rather than having to get a boat across the sea, they can still use trains to go under the tunnel, and it takes 2 hours and 16 minutes to get from London all the way to Paris in France on a Eurostar. Now, the English Channel is the most busiest shipping lanes in the world, which means every single day 600 tankers and 200 ferries pass through the English Channel every single day, because there are lots of goods being transported from around the world and to England every single day. Now, the English Channel, you can swim in it, but it's not the warmest and it is not most of the calmest sea. It is quite rough, so if you would like to swim across the English Channel, it would take a lot of training. But it is great that we now have the undersea tunnel, because it makes travelling from England to France a lot easier, and that means we don't always have to use an aeroplane. Now let's learn about the North Sea. Can we say North Sea? North Sea. Even louder, North Sea. Now, looking at our map here, the North Sea, a big clue in its name, is located to the north, so to the top of the United Kingdom. So we can see Scotland here, which we know is in the north part of the UK. It is by Scotland, the North Sea, and it is the coldest sea in the entire world. This is because many years ago, the North Sea was covered by large areas of ice called glaciers. Can we say glaciers? Now, these glaciers melted, so the ice melted, and that was how the North Sea was formed. Now, the reason the glaciers melted, you may already know this, is because of global warming. And now the sea is getting very warm, and that often means the ice is melting. So you may already know about places such as Antarctica, where all the ice is melting because the world is getting very warm. So the glaciers melted, and that is how the North Sea was formed. Now it is very cold, but it is the best fishing ground in Europe. So that means lots and lots of people come to the North Sea to fish. But this has also resulted in a problem, because so many people are fishing in the North Sea. This means sadly that lots of fishes are nearly going to be extinct, which means they will no longer be around. A fish that is almost extinct because of this is codfish. Now, codfish is often the fish you used to have when you have fish and chips. Because so many people are fishing for codfish, it means there are less and less codfish in the world. So it means if this carries on, we will no longer have any codfish to eat with our fish and chips. So this is an issue in the North Sea because too many people are fishing there. It means lots of the fishes are coming extinct. So we have to be really careful not to overfish in this part of the world. Now, the sea itself is very cold. And it is very dangerous. If you've ever seen someone sail across the North Sea, they probably had a very bad experience because of the strong wind. It is very strong, there are huge waves, and it is freezing cold, so it's very dangerous. You wouldn't want to be swimming around in the North Sea because it is freezing cold because of all the melted glaciers. Here is a picture of glaciers. So they have melted into the sea, as you can see here. So that means all that ice is now into the sea, making it very, very, very cold. Now we're going to learn about the Irish Sea. Can we say Irish Sea? Louder, Irish Sea. Now a clue is in its name. Where do you think the Irish Sea is? Great, looking at our map here, we can see the Irish Sea is right next to Ireland, and that is why it's called the Irish Sea. So the Irish Sea is in between Ireland and Great Britain, so the rest of the UK. So it's right in between Ireland, and we can see here Wales and England. Now, the Irish Sea is one of the roughest seas around Britain. The sea is brown and muddy, so it's not beautiful and blue and clear. It is brown and mucky, and this is because there's quite a lot of storms. Now, when there's a storm, the mud mixes in with the water, and that makes it that brown, horrible, murky colour. So you probably don't want to go swimming in it. It is also very cold. So if you would like to go swimming, you would be freezing and you'd be surrounded by murky water. So it probably isn't the best place to go swimming. But there are lots of amazing animals that live in the sea. The leatherback turtles visit the sea every summer. So we have some turtles. We also have endangered pink sea fan coral that are at the bottom of the Irish Sea. And dozens of other species of whales and dolphins are found in this sea. So if you're ever in Ireland, maybe at the coast, or you're travelling on a boat, you'd be able to see whales and dolphins swimming in this sea. Now, let's have a recap. We've just learned about the English Channel, the North Sea, and the Irish Sea. So let's see if you can match up the pictures. So we have a tunnel, we have a turtle, and we have some glaciers. So which one matches up with the Irish Sea, North Sea, and English Channel? So on your piece of paper, you are going to match up the seas with the picture. So pause the video and have a go now. Did you match them up? Fantastic. Let's go through the answers. So let's start with the Irish Sea. We remember the Irish Sea is next to Ireland. It's one of the most roughest seas and is quite brown and murky, but there's lots of animals. Which picture do you think matches up with the Irish Sea? Is it the tunnel, the turtle, or the glacier? Well done. It is the turtle. We know lots of different animals visit the Irish Sea. We have whales and dolphins and turtles. Fantastic. Let's move on to the North Sea. The North Sea is in the north. It is near Scotland. It is very cold. Which one do we think it is? Is it going to be the tunnel? Is it going to be the glaciers? Think about it. If it's very cold, which one is it? Well done. The North Sea is going to match up with the glaciers because it's in the north. It's very, very cold because the glaciers melted, which form the North Sea. And the English Channel, which one is left? Which picture? Well done. It is the tunnel. We have the underground tunnel, which leads us to France, where we have the Eurostar, which we can get to Paris. Well done. Let's carry on and learn about the last two. So now we have the Celtic Sea. Can we say Celtic Sea? Celtic Sea. Excellent. Looking at our map here, the Celtic Sea is to the south of Ireland. So before we have the Irish Sea, and that's in between Ireland and the United Kingdom. So Ireland and England and Wales, so it's in between. But the Celtic Sea is to the south. So if you go below, so to the bottom of Ireland, you will find the Celtic Sea. Now, unlike the Irish Sea, the Celtic Sea is a much nicer colour. It is fresh blue and green, and it's beautiful. You can often see the Celtic Sea. Also, if you are in England, if you are in Dover and you're in Cornwall, you could also see the beautiful Celtic Sea. Now, the Celtic Sea has an abundance of marine animals. So looking at all these pictures here, we have whales, we have otters, we have seals, we have dolphins, all visiting the Celtic Sea. So if you're ever in a boat along the Celtic Sea, you would see the beautiful range of marine animals living in the Celtic Sea. And our last one is the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Now, we have been learning all about seas, and now we're learning about an ocean. An ocean is a lot bigger than a sea, and the Atlantic Ocean is the world's second largest ocean. But it is also the second most dangerous ocean in the world, and that's because of all its currents and its winds, making it very dangerous to travel along on a boat or even swim. And it is very salty. So in sea, there's often salt in the sea, but particularly in the Atlantic Ocean, it is more salty, and that is because of the very high temperatures in the Atlantic Ocean. If we look at our map here, the Atlantic Ocean goes all the way from the United Kingdom and from Africa all the way to America. So it is a big part of the world, stretching from North America all the way to Africa and Europe and the UK. Now, someone needs to actually swim the Atlantic Ocean, and the first person to do this was Bonnet Leconte, and he did this in 1998. He is a French long-distance swimmer, and he covered around 3,700 miles in 73 days. So he spent 73 days swimming across the Atlantic Ocean. He would take breaks and go on a boat, but then he would get back and he would carry on swimming all the way from America all the way to Europe. So a very long distance. He is now training to swim the Pacific Ocean as well. Now that we have learned about all the seas and the ocean that surrounds the UK, let's see how much you can remember. First, easy question. How many seas and oceans were surrounding the UK? How many did we learn out today? Pause the video and write it down. How many did we learn about today? Can you tell me how many seas are surrounding the UK? Well done. We have 5. Now, the tricky part. Can you name them all? I will give you a hint. I will give you the first sound of each sea and ocean. Can you name them all? I'm going to ask you to pause the video and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to name all the seas surrounding the UK. Pause the video and off you go. Did you name them all? Well done. It was quite tricky. Let's recap all the seas. We first have one starting with an E. It is to the south of England. Can you remember it? Well done. We have the English Channel. We have something beginning with N. It's to the north. Big hint there. To the north. It's near Scotland. It's very cold because of the glaciers. Do you remember? Well done. The North Sea. Fantastic. What is our next one? Begins with an I. Remember, this sea is very muddy and murky. Very dangerous. It's in between 2 places. Well done. It is the Irish Sea, which is in between Ireland and Great Britain, so the rest of the UK, England and Wales. Can you remember another one? Begins with a K. This is to the south of Ireland and had lots of marine animals. Well done. It is the Celtic Sea. And our last one, this one is an ocean going from America all the way to Africa and Europe. And we had someone swim it in 1998. Can you remember well done, the Atlantic Ocean. Were you able to name all of them? Wow, fantastic. Very impressed. Now, this is your task today. We don't have a worksheet. Instead, you are going to complete the task with me in this video. Here we have a map of the UK, and I have covered up the 5 seas we have learned about today. So the 4 seas and actually 1 ocean. Now you need to write what they are. So on a piece of paper, or if you have a book, you are going to write number 1. So number 1 is here, and then you are going to write what it is. Number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5. So you're going to write what each of those are. You are going to pause the video and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this. And then you're going to come back to the video and we are going to go through the answers. So pause the video for your independent task. Off you go. Were you able to label them all? Fantastic. Let's go through the answers. Number 1. What did you put as number 1? Well done. It is the North Sea. Give yourself a tick if you put the North Sea. Big clue. It is to the north of the United Kingdom, next to Scotland. And this is where it is very cold because of the glaciers melting. Let's see if you know number 2. It's to the south of England, to the north of France in between. Has that tunnel connecting England and France. Can you remember what it's called? Well done. The English Channel. Fantastic. Give yourself a tick if you got that one right. Let's move on to number 3. It says to the south of Ireland. Beautiful blue-green sea with lots of amazing marine animals. Can you remember what it is? What did you write? Well done. It is the Celtic Sea. Celtic Sea. Well done. Give yourself a tick if you got that one right. Number 4. What did you put for number 4? It is in between Ireland and England and Wales. It is very murky and muddy. Very dangerous and cold. Big clue is next to Ireland. Think about the name. It is the Irish Sea. Well done if you put the Irish Sea. And number 5. It is an ocean that goes from America all the way to Africa and Europe. What did you write? You are correct. The Atlantic Ocean. Well done if you put ocean and not sea. So that is the end of our task. Well done if you got all 5 correct. Give yourself a tick and put 5 out of 5. Well done for labelling all the seas around the UK. If you would like to, as an extra challenge, you could draw a map of the UK and label your seas. It is up to you, or maybe you want to teach a family member all about one of the seas that we have learnt about today, or the ocean. I can't wait to see your work on Seesaw with all your answers from today's lesson. And if you really like to have a go at making your own map and labelling the seas. Good luck!